I'll just kind of talk you through what we do in a week, you know, with the coaching, and then just open it up for you guys. I think it's more important, you know, you get the information you guys need. But typically we play on Saturdays or Sundays, but if we just do game day be Saturday, we'll take Sunday off or Monday off. So we take one of those 2 days off. The other day will become what we refer to as a recovery day. Because we're a development team primarily, the recovery day may be a little different to what it would do at a first team level when you've been coaching first team players. So that recovery day for us is the guys that played. It's a day where we can really work on some technical stuff. So you do low stress, low thought process, but lots of touches. So you can get it, and not necessarily demanding the tempo that we maybe were demanding today. So it's less demanding, but there's lots of contact time with the ball. And we make it as specific to the position as possible without physically draining for that position, if that makes sense. And I can give you examples as we go through. The guys that didn't play, maybe they only play 30 minutes or less, then they'll go in and we'll have a full-on 4v4, 5v5, 6v6, whatever our numbers may be, and then we have a go at it. And we have like 4 bouts of that, which becomes fun. Then we start building up towards the game. Tuesday, we typically work in small spaces, so 4v4s, but with concepts that we're going to use in the game at the weekend. So, for example, we could do a 4v4 on a Tuesday where we're pressing, so we press out to the ball, so no player on the field can turn. So we're always getting out and demanding that, so players can't turn and face forward. So that's one of the demands we have, and then we just play the game of football. So can they play through that? Can you go? Wednesday we go into big spaces, so we use the 11v11s. And we'll use that area, and typically we can work on attacking, and one of our principles is make the field big. So how do we do that? How are we going to manipulate the opponent, and when we're in possession of the ball, where we're going to hold our lines. They're all different themes depending on what's happened the previous weekend, and this week's been a lot of defending, so that's why I'll jump out. We were top of the league and then lost 7-0 last week. It was a really disappointing performance, so we go back to the basics of getting our defensive shape right. And then Thursday becomes what we call a speed day. So it's more short bursts. If you saw today, bursts of the ideas that we're doing. Today, sometimes we'll do pressing on that day, sometimes we'll do build out, just depending. So today's emphasis was build out and how we want to manipulate Cincinnati. That's why please keep this to yourselves. I'm trusting all of you in the room. But our idea is to catch them. And we feel they're very man-oriented in the midfield, so we're going to drag them, which will then open the highest line. And you know, traditionally we're a team that plays through you, so now we're going to skip it because I think they'll come on to us, and then we'll have some space. Especially the first two, it's not optional, and then after that you play what you see. But that was today, and a couple of phases there. And then on Friday tomorrow, we'll do a little bit of pressing tomorrow because we hadn't had all the players all week because some have been with the first team and we had a midweek first team game. So we'll do a little bit of pressing, and then it'd be very rondo, maybe a little bit of a little free game at the end for them. Sometimes we make it a bit fun in terms of like target games. Tomorrow will be a bit more demanding because of a reflection of last weekend, so we get the mentality right as we leave. But then we basically train. We got 45 minutes shower, eat, bus to the airport with all the equipment, load it, get on a plane. And right now it's about 25% on time rate in all the airports in the States. So we know we're probably going to be late and we have to deal with that. Last week we arrived at dinner at midnight, and we had a 14-hour travel day to New York. So, you know, how much does that impact? I don't like to give players excuses, but the impact can be significant when you have a 1 p.m. kickoff and not even a 7 p.m. kickoff the next day. And the same again, we go through this week. So there are a lot different challenges than Leicester playing Forest, for example. It's just down the road. But it's certainly something you really have to think about. And as a coach, you have to not only worry about the on-field stuff, but you're thinking what's the best preparation for the players and how can we be best prepared going into the game.